Okay, this is gonna be my Let's Play. I'm gonna play some music in the background. I don't know if it's gonna be even audible or loud, but I just prefer it. So here are the, here's the idea here. I want everybody who's watching this, the few people who are probably watching this specific episode, to let me know what you would like to see in the Let's Play. And we're gonna put this as Let's Play for the name of the world. Survival. I'll flip it to advanced, make sure everything else is correct. And we're going to leave the seed blank because I want a totally random seed. I want to start off by saying the first thing I'm going to do is collect the wood, basic resources, try to get the saplings from at least oak and or spruce. And it's easy to find birch most of the time. Other than that, think of like if you want me to build like a city in a mountain with lots of redstone, or a small town, a town remodeling, something like that. If it's town remodeling, I'll need to build near a town, so if I spot a town, I'm probably gonna stick around there at the end of this Let's Play. So let's do this first. See where we start. Ooh, nice. Snow. Interesting beginning. Yeah. I have a tendency to do that. Underestimate the amount of time that I have left till it breaks. I find that you have a higher chance of getting saplings if you let them break on their own. I don't want to break anything big yet. I also try to make as few modifications to the terrain until I've decided where I'm going to build and what I'm going to build. So I am going to mark this with some planks, the spawn area. Doesn't have to be exact, but I want to know roundabouts where it is, so that when I get the that just in case. Excuse me. It's allergy season right now, so I'm probably going to have a few allergy problems. And there we go. That should be at least noticeable enough. Let's get some wool. Oh, good. It's not all snow. Hey, sheep. No, there's two of them. Now, I could do cabins, or I could do castles, castle style. I'm not talking about the actual, castle. Although I could do an actual castle if you want the castle style. And, see, birch and oak are always easy to find, and I never much care for birch and oak anyways, so I'm not, never much care for oak anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Hopefully there's going to be a swamp in this area, at least near where I'm building, where I end up building. When I first played, I used to be afraid of swimming. Just a little bit of, just a bit of an idea of how bad I was when I first started. I was afraid of swimming because I kept seeing the squids. I didn't even know if they were dangerous or not. I just kept seeing them. So I was afraid to get into the water because I thought they might be monsters. Alright, come on, sheep. Let's not start this off in a bad note. Mostly I'm going to be wandering around anyways, but I at least want to have a bed going to take with me so I can skip the nights. And let's get some chickens. Hey, you just walked right out there. Except when I get some stone, I'll be ready for it. Caves already. Okay, also, the things I'm going to do off camera, I'll gather basic resources off camera, like when I want to do mass collection of like wood and stone. But when I go, let me know what you guys want to see on camera. I don't want to do everything on camera because it's really boring watching somebody just chop down trees. And there's that. Come here, sheepy. I'm sorry. I don't like killing the sheepies. I'm gonna kill another one. Try to collect them up. There is a long-standing glitch in the game that I might have to overcome, and the best way to overcome that sometimes is to enter creative mode. So if I enter creative mode, it's going to only be because that glitch caused some serious trouble. If, however, the glitch doesn't cause any major trouble, then I'm going to avoid creative mode and try to get... There we go. I love spruce and dark oak are my two favorites. Spruce for the logs, dark oak for the actual planks. So, I'm going to go down this way since this looks like... We know we have snow near that, and that's really useful. I've recently been experimenting with some map tricks, so I'm going to have a whole map set up for this. Wow, there's a nice tall tree. I hear you, chicken. Come here, chicken. Oh, you're a baby. Forgot, that's a baby sound. Babies don't give anything. Okay, well now I've got the spruce saplings I can build anywhere. Although I will be coming back here and hopefully for a doggy eventually. Let's get some stone. Hopefully from some place that has a lot of exposed stone, so I don't have to dig out a bunch of a big giant hole. I don't like digging out big giant holes. Oh yeah, Mega Taiga. This is my luck. I almost always end up with a Mega Taiga somewhere around. Okay, I really don't want to bash this up. And preserve. I like to look a puzzle, but I don't like using it. I might use it for a path. Okay, there's not going to be any exposed. This is cool though, because that means I'm definitely going to be able to get some doggies here. And there's not much variety. This is this typical luck. Almost all the seeds I choose randomly like this, or just like this. Ouch. Ouch. Either I end up with almost no really cool features, and like a huge giant desert with almost nothing around it, very little to no variety, or a taiga, oftentimes a mega taiga too, just on random seeds. I'll get the seed and put it down in the description below, just in case you want to. And lava. This is something I love. Surface lava. Knowing where surface lava is really useful. What time is it? Yeah, it's getting there. I gotta get some way to get some stone, so. And there's a nice section to get stone from. Ooh, this could be a nice place to build, too. There we go. This is what I was talking about. Exposed stone. Yeah, I used to be really afraid of water. Also, fighting the current used to worry me a lot. Hey. The annoying thing about auto jump is that, but the benefit about auto jump outweighs the annoyance, the drawbacks. So, let's get some of this cooked while I'm passing the time. I have horrible aim, if you hadn't noticed. And we're just gonna See, that lag right there? That's actually the main effect of the glitch. Most often, it's just lag. However, every once in a while it causes a crash. If it causes a crash, then it can duplicate items. That if you're just taking stuff out of the treasure chest, out of a chest of some sort, it'll duplicate those items because it doesn't save the chunks information, but it saves the player information. So you end up with duplicates. However, if you just put something inside of a chest, it'll make it disappear. So it can be unfair to both the player, and make it really kind of a cheaty thing, which is not fun for anybody. So, however, I will only set it to. Also, I will only set it to peaceful. Right now, I tend to keep it on easy. I like it a little relaxed, but I like having some kind of a challenge. So I keep it on easy, and I sleep through the night until I get a permanent spot that I'm going to set. So that could be kind of cool. I could probably find that easily. I could build like stuff all through there, hollow it out, and build like buildings sticking out of it. So it's like a town within a mountain, surrounded by water. Build bridges. Really cool things. Building a farm. I'd have to put the farms inside. Put small farms on the outside until I get those done. And then replace those farms with indoor farms. And of course, barns would be the hard part. But if I do it right, I'd be able to get barns. Yeah, I'd be able to get some indoor barns underground. Some of these mountains. Horses can appear on top of the mountains if the mountains are large and flat. Okay, I'm going to try to scale this. I don't know if I'll be able to. Let's go here. I hate scaling games until you get a path going. And my cat is going absolutely psycho. Well, he's not really psycho. He's a young kitten. And so he still likes to play. He's not, like, he's a year old. And that's kind of still the kitten age. And he loves to play. And if there's music playing, he likes to play even more. His big sister doesn't like to play much, but will sometimes come up and bother me for attention when music is playing. So music affects them both kind of interestingly. I might tell you about them a little bit more in the future. Actually, I might just babble on about them. I'm going to be babbling on a lot during play. Oh, wow. Yeah, these mountains could be an interesting place to build in. There we go. Now I can get some more stone. Anywhere there's coal exposed besides across there, I don't want to have to scale another mountain. Ooh, this is nice. Wow, cave. Don't drop into caves yet. I don't have any coal and torches. One of the things I found out, in spite of what we used to think, when you leave a chunk, things don't always despawn. If you're far enough away from a chunk, even the neutral mobs don't despawn. However, the glitch can cause anything to despawn, including things that are named. So, I'm not sure exactly how they did the count for the maximum number of mobs, if it's like per chunk or what, but it's kind of confusing. So I don't usually do really complicated or massive animal farms like cows, chickens, etc. And I gave up doing the sheep wool farms that I used to do. When I first started playing, I figured out how to do the sheep wool farms by dyeing the sheep and then, you know, getting all the different wools and as you need them. Hey, there's some coal right there. How did I walk right past that without seeing it? I want that coal. See, there I go again. I get used to having really good tools, and then I start a new game and have to start all over again. This is a boring part. I really don't want to have to make you sit through this, but yeah, this is how you start off all Minecraft games, so I want you to... This will give you an idea of how patient I am, too. Yeah, I'm digging coal using a wooden pick. So yeah, let me know what you want me to cut, what you want me to keep off camera or on camera. And, well, this is embarrassing. There we go. Axe, metal sword, stone sword. And then, I'll know exactly what to show. I can use this to hunt chickens. Ouch. Yeah, I could build up here in the mountains. I love how the spruce trees show up in the mountains. That's kind of cool. Since Megatag is near spawn, I can wander as far away from spawn as I want and be able to find it quite easily with a compass. So yeah, I'm not worried about, whoa, don't drop off into any pits, especially if it's water filled. If it's not water filled, I'm not so worried about it. Oh, wow. That's some interesting terrain in this. But, yeah. If I am going to do a village remodeling, then I will need to have a village near where I start out. It doesn't have to be right next to where I start out, but very close. Wow! That's kind of cool. These islands would be interesting to build in. Build like one building per island. Have bridges across them. There's a giant plane. Planes tend to be my usual default building spot. Just because I usually use a lot of wood in builds. My first couple builds were mostly stone because, you know, I wanted things that were resistant to creeper explosions, you know. First thing you're afraid of when you first play Minecraft are the creepers. Creepers always scare the crap out of you. And, yes, even I was scared of creepers at first. I might as well get some of these because it looks like I might not have access to... Oh, so much faster. But it looks like I might not have access to a forest where I built, so might as well chop down some of these and get some new stuff. Yeah. Now the only time I fear creepers is when I don't have armor. But even then, it's not like terror. I've gotten much better at avoiding them. And zombies annoy me. Because they don't drop anything worth the fight. Spiders are too easy, but at least they drop useful stuff. And the stuff they drop is extremely useful. Okay, give me that. Might as well start collecting those if I find them. There we go. I usually only need a few of those. And just in case, let's get one of these, a couple of these. Okay, there we go. Basic supplies gathered. Now, oh, this could be an interesting place to build. I'm really big on the horses. I like the horses and the donkeys. So I will definitely have those. But I also really, my favorite animal is, well, my favorite animal in real life are cats. But in this game, my favorite animal are the doggies. And in the past, I've accidentally bred too many dogs at times. And when I say too many dogs, I mean if you have too many dogs in your house or too many cats in your house, it can cause lag. Oh, love the black stallions. My experience in my games is that black stallions tend to be the better of the horses when it comes to stats. Hey, donkey. And Oh, that's pumpkin. And so, oh, there's a skeleton. Hey, there might be a spawner nearby then if there's a skeleton right under here. I would like to find a skelly spawner before I even get into any... Yeah, there might be a skelly spawner under there. Well, if I build around this area, I got access to a skelly spawner, probably. And then, more trees. More forest! Ah, forest and plains and extreme hills. So, if I could find some desert or something that's just different, it would be nice. If I find any place that has a lot of clay, I'm going to make note of that. Like that one area back there. It's a shallow lake. Shallow lakes usually have a lot of clay in them. Ah, come on. That's one reason why I don't like forests. Wow. Hello. Oh, it's just a little blip. I wish that you could, when you replant the reeds, that they would grow that tall. But sugarcane doesn't grow that tall normally. Chicken, I need your meat. Thank you. Oh, I passed the chicken too. It's about to go nighttime. One thing I hate the most about creepers, though, is that they don't make a sound. So if there's one underground underneath you, you won't know if you can't sleep until it's too late. That's really annoying. If that was to happen, I would probably switch it to peaceful, just so that I can, sleep. But that's only until I actually get started. Usually, if I was playing on my own, I would have already picked out what I'm going to do. But I want you to all participate in this, so I want to give you a pretty good idea of what's around this area. And then you can decide where I build. If I build in the mega taiga, I'm going to have to build a farm. So you might actually get to see some extra, well, not a farm, a barn to keep the animals. Because dogs like to kill them off. Fun story of how I figured that out. I was playing, and of course I spawned just like I did just then, somewhere near a mega taiga. And actually it was just a small taiga. Regular, everyday, tiny taiga. And anyways, and all of a sudden I hear all my sheep dying, and I'm like, what outside? I was inside the house doing stuff. Heard the sheep dying, and I'm like, why are the sheep dying? Why are the sheep dying? I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And then run outside, and there are dogs. There was a dog that was attacking them and eating them. So, yeah. I do often wander a bit before I start building, but usually I'm collecting more resources than this. Like, I'll collect, like, flowers as I pass them, the ones that can be multiplied. The large flowers, like the peony, I have to have pink dye. When I get a doggy, one of the doggies will be female, one of the doggies will be designated male, and then I will breed a third puppy. The third one always goes with me wherever I go. And the other two stay home. Yes, it's kind of... That's my way of respawning the puppy when the puppy dies. Because, like you, the doggies do die. But unlike you, they don't normally just respawn. Okay, this is getting annoying. Come on, Forest. Give me something different. There were large plains over there. Aha! There's a creeper under here. It sounded like a pig's footsteps, but it was close. Or, it wasn't close, it was loud. The monster mobs, their sounds are always louder than the other mobs, which is kind of annoying. You know what would be really cool is to find a swamp. I could build in a swamp too, if we find one. But I'm really just kind of hoping for, like, not a giant cave, but there's some iron down there. No, I'm not going to collect iron right now. I can do that Spelunking episodes. Ah, that was kind of dangerous. Yeah. Spelunking episodes. See, as you can tell, my fine-tuned controls, I'm not really... And there's the taiga again. I say we go through the snow. I could build in the snow, too. Okay. Well, we got pretty good tour of this area. There's not much of a variety. Wait, is this the same taiga? Or is this just a spruce jungle? Or spruce forest? Oh, that's snow? That's snow. Okay. This is the same taiga. I'm at a totally different angle on this. Or is it? This doesn't look that familiar. But I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around here. And here's the snow. Wow. Let's go over here. There's Spawn. Haha, we made it back. I used to get lost all the time and never be able to find my way back. I like building in the snow, but it always gets ruined because of the torches and the lighting that you have to put in. That melts snow. Where'd the sun go? Oh, there it is. Straight up. Okay. I can walk across this ice in that time. Hey, chicken. You're mine. Come here. Come here. I'm sorry. Now, if I use texture packs, not entirely, you know, I'm not big on a lot of the texture packs because there's always at least one or two things that I don't like. Spider spawner. And skelly spawner. Oh, wow. Mark that spot. I want that spot marked. If I build in this area, that could be cool. Because I could use that. Both the skelly and the spider spawner. More mountains. As I said, this is one of those boring seeds where it's almost all forest and mountains. See, I usually have to pick a seed in order to get something like massive deserts or, all of a sudden I forgot the name of them. The ones with the big clay. Savannah. Not Savannah. I always get Savannah, too. I tend to get, always, but I get a lot of Savannah, too. But the ones with the clay. I forget the name of them. You know, that could be really cool to build in snow. Snow and mountain. Ooh. Okay. So, what about this one? Let me know what you think about where, what kind of style to build. And let's get some more chickens. I'm really liking the idea of building in a mountain. So I'm gonna park near a mountain, and I'm gonna stop the episode off here. But now you see kind of most of the terrain. So let me know if you want mountain build with, you know, like an entire castle and enclosed hidden type town with just buildings poking out of it. You know, so it looks like the buildings themselves were built into the mountain. Or if you want like a huge town with a lot of variety and all sorts of different things. And there's another pine forest. Why can't I get very many other forests? I get mostly pine forest. You know, getting a dark oak forest would be really nice right about now. But I guess I'm not going to get a dark oak forest in this one. Not anywhere near this area. And I don't want to draw this out too long. So we're going to come over here and see what's over here real quick. And get a couple more coal. There's a dark oak forest around here. I can't seem to spot one. without traveling too far from home. See, from a distance, all the other trees, the oak trees will sometimes look like jungle trees to me. It would be nice to get jungle. That could be an interesting thing to start with. But I guess not. There are like tons of caves in these. And yes, peony are extremely common in my worlds. Hey, that's a nice little plains. I could make some interesting stuff. You know, I could do a giant castle there. Just like branch it off through there and all through there. Put a little like town in there if there was a town nearby, or I could cure a zombie villager sometime in the future. Splash! I'm glad I didn't hit anything on the way down. Yes, when I'm doing this wandering, I tend to live off the chickens. One annoying thing about the glitch, before I, you know, I'll probably talk about the glitch way more than I should. There it is again. That was not terrain generation. It looks like it's terrain generation, but it's not. That's actually the glitch. And normally, as I said, normally the glitch doesn't actually crash the game or even cause a rollback. All it does is cause major lag. And it's because it's printing out to the system's error messages. And it prints out some log cat about cache files. And if the cache file fails redundancy check, it prints that out. When it does that though, if EGO cannot recover from that error, it crashes. It just closes. The whole thing gets closed. There's also a bunch of mobs. The number of mobs always seems to have an effect on it. However, the crashing is periodic. And I cannot, for the life of me, figure out exactly how long it takes between each crash, but it's a periodic thing. So the amount of time is static no matter what I do, no matter what changes I make, how few or how many. Whether it's a flat world or not, whether the world's whether it's on peaceful or hard, it doesn't matter. So yeah, the glitch itself is the only time that I would ever do what could be constituted as cheating. Hey, sheepy. I don't like the sheepies. They're kind of cool. Sheepies are my favorite peaceful mob? Okay. I don't use mods. I can't even find mods that work on Pocket Edition now. The newest version. Nothing works on the newest version for the mods. They changed the mod API from what I understand, and nobody's updated them. And a lot of them are saying, oh, this is supposed to work on 0.15, and it doesn't. The kind of mods that I like... Excuse me. Ooh, okay, I'm going to collect a rose bush, because those ones I don't usually find when I'm looking for them. When I want a rose bush, I can never find it. But anyways, and a lot of them will claim that they've updated for 0.15, but they haven't actually. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's cool looking. Okay. So, yeah, okay, this is my favorite song. I'm going to turn it up. I like the Minecraft parodies. They're my favorite parodies. The ones by Psycho Girl are really awesome. Captain Sparkles has some good parodies out. Oh, flower. More flowers! Tons of flowers! These two flowers are pretty easy to find. I can usually find at least one of them. I want... Oh, man. Ah! Go. Out of my way. Out of my way. Oh. Well, that could be interesting. It's like a little island in the water. Yes. Just made it. I just made that jump. Now, as I've said before, if you've watched my previous videos, I suck at combat. So I'll probably avoid combat as much as possible. And hopefully this allergy season isn't... It's already started off bad, but hopefully it doesn't stay bad. So I tend to avoid combat. I like to play a very peaceful game. And that's the reason why you see me sleeping through the nights. Also because I can't see at night at all. I have a hard enough time seeing right now. Hey, doggies. I'll come back for a couple of you later. I'm hoping to run into a dark oak forest before I finally switch off the recording. Well, I'm not going to just switch off the recording. I'm going to, exit and pick it up again after I see some of the comments. And depending on the number of comments I get, the amount of feedback I get, that will determine how frequently you get Let's Plays. I'm not going to base it on the number of people, but the amount of participation from those who actually watch it. So if I get 20 views, about 10 of you will, give me some kind of input, some kind of feedback, then I will consider that I will make another video. So there's not gonna be any hard, fast rule, and I'm not gonna be begging for likes and shares and all that. I'm doing this because I just want you guys. I just want some input, and I like to show off what I do in Minecraft. I like to show it off. And if you hadn't noticed, now that I have a tablet where I can show it off, yeah, I enjoy this. Okay. Well, this is kind of a really, it's cool that I have a whole huge amount of spruce forest here. So, what I have to do is follow this all the way back to spawn. And that's about where I'm going to be going, because I do not see enough variety around here within this area. And I don't want to get totally lost. I want to be able to find where you guys, if you really want me to go back to that one big giant mountain towards the beginning, I want to be able to find that. And if you guys want me to come back here into the snow and build, I want to be able to find it. I don't want to travel too far and get totally lost. So, just let me know. The direction that this build is going to take, that this set of builds is going to take, is entirely up to you. Oh. Well, now this is interesting. So, I was about ready to stop and just wait and see what you guys said, but look, I got myself a village. This means I can do a village restructure, and I am definitely getting some carrots. Wish they were potatoes. I prefer potatoes, but I'll take carrots. This is cool. Ooh. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah! Fortuitous. I don't need anything else in here right now, but I have that. And let me guess, library? Nope, that's not a library, is it? Hey, get in there. No, that's one of those places. Do they have... Hey, get back up there. No, give me the... I know I have a ton of dirt. If they have the library, I want to get the wood. Alright, with the books. Just because it'll speed me up on my enchantment process. I do not the only time I will grief the village is if I'm really hurting for resources. Or I'm in a really dangerous location. Okay, so I'm actually going to cut it off. This is actually a really cool area. I could do a whole village remodeling, either in the snow, because they're close enough to the snow. It would be easy to transport them over there. Over that way. Or I could build it in the grasslands. As I said, the only reason why I don't like the snow is because I end up ruining the snow with the lighting. And this is a really nice area. I could build a village, multi-level village. Do some remodeling and cave lighting up. I'd have to light up all the caves. I like it here. Okay. So, I could do the village remodeling. And otherwise, though, this is all snow. That is the weirdest thing. I don't get it. There's lava right there. Cool. I don't know if you've heard that. You probably not. But yeah. There's no spikes biome. No, there might be somewhere else. There's none in this area. Oh, there's running water underneath there. So, okay. Those are the options. And since I have access to snow, I can do a lot of cool things. I love this. The snow is awesome. I love the snow. When it's raining, I don't like the rain as much as the snow. I live in Seattle, so I see plenty of rain in real life. And that's the only reason why I don't like the rain. I actually never noticed much lag from the rain. Or the snow. But I love the snow. It's so pretty. Okay, where'd that sun go? Okay, maybe I'll go back to the village. See, that's another reason why I love building in the snow. Well, yeah, I'm a little bit paranoid sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And I just got a saddle, so I'm really paranoid about sleeping outside in the rain. And I can't see the sun when it's raining like this, so I can never tell what time it is. That's the worst thing about it. And as I said, until I get armor. Oh wait, I got those iron leggings. What am I talking about until I get armor? I got iron leggings. But that's still not enough iron. That's still not enough armor. I mean, it's only, what, 2.5? Yeah, 2.5. 2.5 armor is not enough armor for a creeper explosion. Alright, so I'm gonna give this just quick wander, just a short bit more. Wander around for just a bit more. And then I'm giving up on trying to find dark oak because I don't think I'm gonna find any. Hi, zombie. I still jump when I hear the zombie growls. Even though those are just really obnoxious. They're not difficult, they're just obnoxious. But I still kind of jump. Okay. Well, there's a nice plains area over here. Wait, what's this? Oh, nope, it's just a giant oak. Trolling me. Giant oak's trolling me. Ah. Thought I might have seen a dark oak tree in the back, and it wasn't. Yep, this is another world with a whole bunch of spruce. Spruce and, of course, taiga. Spruce and taiga. As I've said in the past, this is kind of my typical random seed. So, let me know. Let these chickens cook. Let me know if you want some kind of a castle-y like build. That's a different village. That's the one we came from. That's a totally different village. Okay, cook, chickens, cook. You know what? I can come back to that. Come here. This is a totally different village. Do they have a blacksmith? Wow, trench. How do I craft this again? Oh. How do I craft this again? I can't really sing very well, but, you know. Everybody wants to be able to sing, so everybody will sing with their favorite song. Do you guys have potatoes? Mr. Villager. Hey, Mr. Villager. Mr. Farmer, do you guys have potatoes? I see wheat. Do you have potatoes? It would be nice. I like potatoes. Aha! Potatoes! You guys got potatoes. Thank you. That's all I need for the potatoes. Now, do you have a blacksmith? There's a butcher. I think that's a butcher. Or a baker. I don't know. One or the other. And I see a blacksmith. I'm gonna raid your blacksmith. I'm gonna raid your blacksmith, and you won't stop me. And 2 iron. I don't need those. Hey! Wow. Okay. Wooden sword, go bye-bye. Don't need you. I don't even need you for fuel. And there we go. I'll use the stone sword for killing chickens. Although I probably won't need to anymore. That is cool. Good find, good find, good find. Okay, now where was I? Oh, there I am. You know, that is really cool. Okay, so now we have more options with villages, too. Ah, where are my carrots? I need to eat something. Okay, where did I leave my stove? I barely even noticed that. I almost didn't even notice that. I was like, wow, very fortuitous. Did I just hear it? I think I heard creeper steps somewhere. Horsey! I have a saddle now! Yay! Okay, see, well, this is off to a really, really, really good start. So, I'm actually very pleased with this. Okay, so now I have multiple villages. Actually, after, I'm going to wait till these finish cooking, and then I'm going to go further that way. You know, it's like I mean to stop right here, and then I find something new. I wasn't paying attention if there was any dark oak over there. Probably not. No, my luck, there's no dark oak. Sometimes I get dark oak, but sometimes I don't. I almost always have access to spruce. So, I'm not surprised about that. And I always have access to birch and oak, of course. But, okay. So again, let me know. Castle-like build. Inside of a mountain. On the plains. Village remodeling. Some kind of improvement for the village. Or an underground village, even. I could even take it to an underground village. You know, cave remodeling. Dig out the mountains. Build in the mountains. Build on the plains. Build on a river. Bunch of... Or even... There were some islands over there. Build on the islands and, you know, bridges across them and stuff. Build in the snow. Just let me know what kind of build you want to see. And I'll go from there. Now that you know what the world has to offer, it should be pretty easy for you to decide what you want to see. So, till then, I'm slow at doing this, but, you know, yeah, there it is. So, until then, have fun, enjoy life, and play video games. Yes, I'm telling you to play video games.